Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. And today we are having another online class and I do apologize again because I don't know why every morning my Wi-Fi connection always sucks, yeah. And I made this video before my sahur, yeah. That's why maybe you will listen to some people shouting out sahur sahur sahur. I do apologize. Yeah, I made it to yeah as a backup. Okay. Hopefully, it won't reduce any of our comprehension in this meeting. And today we are about to discuss interpreting modes in meeting 5. It means that in the next meetings, I allocated 2 meetings for your practices, yeah, because your numbers are more than 40 students, 40 people. So I need 2 weeks to assess each of you face by face, one by one, face to face, sorry. Yeah. So without further ado, let's discuss today's material. It is about interpreting modes. But I'm checking whether okay, it's already been recorded so far. Simultaneous and consecutive. We discussed 2 modes all at once. Yeah, so please pay attention. First, we move on to consecutive interpreting. Oh yeah, by the way, the practice will be in form of consecutive interpreting because in the practice, I will assess you one by one. I will be the speaker and assess you at the same time. So my roles are two, and it's difficult for me to do simultaneous mode. Okay, consecutive interpreting. Yeah, I have already given you an example with your friend. I demonstrated the consecutive interpreting mode and maybe you've got something on your mind already, but then here we will study the theory, the underlying background beyond or in consecutive interpreting. Basic definition, okay, as we already have known that interpreting by using consecutive mode will take place after the source language utterance being presented, okay. So there will be pause here, yeah. Speaker must pause before finally you perform, okay? So you must wait until the speaker pauses, okay? Don't interrupt, okay? Because it is okay, it is not good enough. It is impolite, sorry. Yeah. You must wait, yeah? That's why here in consecutive interpreting mode, you need to do note taking. Even in short CI, CI is consecutive interpreting, yeah, yeah, interpreting. Okay, you need to prepare your note taking skill. Yeah, here be efficient because you will spend 3/4 of the speaker's time. Okay, and in its application, it can be slow but accurate. Why? Because you have your notes, yeah, in your hands. It is less equipment because it is done in a community interpreting setting, yeah. For example, health care settings in which maybe you help your friends who are suffering from illness in different countries, or you are helping your neighbors in the court or any other what's so called business, yeah. For example, in you are working as an interpreter in the visit of what's so called foreigners to some institution. It can be, yeah, community interpreting. Mostly it is in form of informal setting, yeah, not as formal as conference, okay. Then we move on to the basic principles of consecutive interpreting. Wait, I'm checking my mic. Okay, it's on still. There are 3 stages: understanding, analysis, and re-expression. Okay, and in these 3 stages, all your language skills will take part. Yeah, starting from listening, writing, reading, and speaking. Yeah, in short, you will start with listening. Listen to the utterances produced by the speaker. You will write down your ideas. You will take notes, and then you will read your notes, and then lastly you will speak. Yeah. So all skills must be proficient. Okay. First, understanding. The understanding we refer to here is not of words, but of ideas, or it is ideas that have to be interpreted. Okay, how to determine idea, sir? Okay, in the last 2 weeks, we discussed about SVO method. Okay, main ideas, as you have already studied, it can be in the beginning or it can be in the end of a paragraph. Okay, while the rest will be supporting ideas. Okay, so usually the utterance, one idea. Okay, so you must be prepared whether the idea is in the front or in the end. Okay, and then analyze who does what, who does when. Okay, and then single word or expression missed. Whenever you miss any single word, guess or choose the keywords. What to do here? Okay, you use discourse competence, you use your schemata or core knowledge. Now, I have already told you, for example, mom, blah 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 blah, meal in the kitchen. Of course, most people know that the blank space must be cooks, okay, by using core knowledge. Okay, so core knowledge sometimes can utilize, or maybe you can sometimes clarify to the speaker what was said in this part. Okay, now encyclopedic dictionary no betray. Yeah, of course, since you focus on your note, so you may not have time to consult with your dictionary. And then constant concentration, this one is the focus. You must always keep concentrating. Use your listening skill the whole time during the process of taking notes and rendering in your mind. And then second, analysis. Speeches may be of different kinds. They can present logical arguments showing both points of view on a question before arriving at a synthetic conclusion. They can be a sequence of logical deduction leading to blah 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 blah. The focus here is to analyze the genre or text structure. Yeah, for example, oh, my client is telling his experience, so I must be ready with the uh, introduction, sequence of event, and conclusion. Yeah, because it is in recontext. Oh, my client is about to give his what's it called? He is about to give some instructions to the audiences, so it will be procedure. Okay, so there will be some steps. Okay, the steps will be in form of imperative. You analyze the text genre here. Okay, don't miss the tense, of course. Okay, and aspect. Then what you need to do here again, yeah, you analyze the speech type, and I guess you need to enrich your knowledge of text genre because there are some unfamiliar text types like polemical and deductive speech. Yeah, you must study later. And then the next point is identification of the main ideas. Okay, you will directly go for the significant points and no details because it is the main idea. Details comes later. Okay, summary: who does what and when. You can use the SVO method. You write diagonally and spare some space here to make you easier to read, to recall your memory. For example, the object all is listed here, subject is all listed in this column, okay, to make it easier. And then don't forget to always use symbols, okay, your own symbols. Analysis of links, the objective is always to make the interpretation more clearly structured and therefore easier to be followed. Okay, analysis of links are important for a beginner. Why? Because most beginner focuses on most beginners focus on their ability to translate. Yeah, my experience in teaching interpreting, most of bachelor degree students only focus on translating what they heard, not the link. I mean, so it can be like so it is like the whole puzzle. Yeah, but you keep telling from piece to piece and then move on to the next piece. So somehow it is not connected. Yeah. So before you translate, make sure, oh, you grasp the point. Oh, for example, this one, yeah. Let me give you an illustration. This one is a paragraph. Like, let's say the main idea is in the beginning, okay? Of course, the main idea, for example, I like cooking, yeah. So the next sentence is, we'll talk about cooking, right? Yeah. What I want you to notice here is make it easier to follow. When it is talking about cooking, of course, the next sentences will be about cooking. Don't like translate part by part. Okay, don't make it like it is an independent ideas. No, yeah, just do like telling your friends some stories. Okay, so you've got something on your mind, and then you tell your friends fluently. Yeah, so it's like telling your friend's story. Okay, don't get don't post too often. Nah, that's also the point. Don't post too often. Jangan sering menjeda karena nanti akan membingungkan yang dengerin, ya. And then memory, ya. There is another memorization technique called mnemonic techniques, ya. You visualize, you list some orders, you memorize the location. Why, for example, your friends happen, I happen to demonstrate your friend's activity from the time he wakes up to he arrives at campus. Okay. For example, I woke up at 4 a.m. So in my mind, I will what so called project that there is a number 4 a.m. Yeah. Then after that, taking a bath. Okay, bath. Okay. What's the function of mnemonic? Yeah, to support your note taking. Because while someone is speaking, for example, this one, someone is speaking, you are ready with your notes. Yeah, you notes, you take notes. Yeah, this one is like sentence A. Sentence A comes to your mind, you save, and what you are writing here is sentence C, the previous sentence uttered by the speaker, right? So mnemonic techniques or visualizing the content is important here. Okay. Then you made orders. Oh, 4 a.m. Wake up, taking a bath, and praying subuh. Nah, subuh prayer, doing subuh prayer, and so on and so forth. And then re-expression. Here, you need to do extra effort here because there's eye contact. Because again, community interpreting is usually community interpreting usually presents the interpreter in front of the audience. So you must maintain the eye contact. For what? To keep the audience um, following your statements. Yeah. Let's say you are talking with your friends, but you do not face or you do not stare at his eyes. Of course, your friend might get loose on your tracks. Okay. Effective presentation, steady rhythm, pauses, stresses, changes of tone. Okay, this one belongs to speaking skills. The last skill you need to employ in this work. Register or manner, I have told you so many times. Register, it deals with which language suits to a current situation. For example, whether uh, you need to translate saya or aku, ya. For example, you, kamu, or sampean maybe. Nah, you must shoot your translation to the register. And working language enhancement, you must improve your language skill. Okay, then we move on to the simultaneous interpreting. Yeah, simultaneous interpreting. In short, we refer to Gill's sequential linearity simplification model. In short, it's like this one. One is the speaker. Uh, this one is you. yeah, speaking in front using some equipment in different booth. Yeah. What is now being spoken is called as sentence A. What is the previously spoken one is called sentence B, and what was previously spoken before sentence B is sentence C that you are now speaking. So it's truly complex. Yeah, there are three sentences at the same time you need to process. Your brain needs to integrate the ear to listen to what is now being spoken. Your brain needs to process the previous sentence, and your brain needs to integrate your mouth to speak what was previously processed in your mind. That's the short or the simple illustration of simultaneous interpreting. That's why it is truly hard for me to assess you if I have no assistant. Okay, this one is the illustration. Okay, simultaneous mode. Yeah, the interpreter sits in a booth and listens to spoken speech simultaneously and simultaneously orally interpret. So you are separated from the speaker. Yeah. It requires accurate and complete translation at the same rate with only a few seconds of lag time. Study shows that the lag is about 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, so don't get or don't pause too long. Okay, so you must think quickly. Some tips: listen to words and phrases as they are spoken. Give the most immediate equivalent. Go with your first instinct. Yeah. But then don't worry because usually in simultaneous mode, the topic has already been prepared in advance. So you can ask for the topic. Even you can ask for the documents, the printed documents, so that at home you can study the difficult vocabulary and you attach in your own notes. And on the D-Day, you can refer to your notes whenever the difficult words are spoken. That's the key. Okay. If the person is speaking too quickly, catch what you can and give the most important points. Try not to summarize, yeah, and do not give your own commentary. Keep a notepad next to you to write down. Okay, so you can prepare the notes from the previous note from home and the blank notes next to you in case there are some improvisation occurred. Compile a vocabulary list depending on the topic. Okay, I told you earlier, topic can be prepared earlier. Don't worry about confusing near synonyms. Practice, practice, and practice. And lastly, problem triggers in simultaneous interpreting: speed and density. Each person has different speed and density. A person can speak slowly, but with very dense ideas, and vice versa. A person can speak quick, but with low density. Okay, density itu apa Pak? Ya, banyaknya kata yang diproduksi dalam satu waktu. For example, 5 detik dia ngomong 100 kata bisa aja. Kayak nge-rap kayak gitu. That's what's called as density. Numbers, okay? Numbers can be a problem for us, yeah, because we are not native speaker. For example, we may mistranslate, misheard, yeah, the word 40 can be 14. Loved, you misheard love. That's why since the beginning you did presentations, I always what so called as warned you to read morpheme. Yeah, never miss any morphemes. For example, books. If there is additional s, read the additional s, not skip just book. No, because it will affect this point. Okay, numbers. Syntax, again, yeah, don't get misled because syntax in, okay, although the word order, yeah, in Indo and English are the same. I mean SPOK versus SVO, but the syntax is different. Yeah, I told you many times. Accent the last. Lastly, you need to know the accent of your clients, whether, yeah, because some countries have different accents. For example, Japan, they have no consonant. For example, Najib, they may pronounce Najibu. For example, Vrindavan. There is no teh rather than teh. Their time, their life, it can be trouble for you. Okay? I guess that's all the introduction to interpreting modes. In case you've got something to ask, drop your comments below and don't hesitate to ask any question. And I'll see you next week in the next meeting. I mean, we'll do the practice. Hopefully, you get something from this meeting. I do apologize once more. I'll see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a nice day.